guards who pissed off Knicks fans. I'm curious, just how do you feel like tonight's performance played into a villain status, maybe?
I am no villain. I'm a nice guy with 2 kids and a wife. I think it's admiration. Great, passionate fans in a really hostile environment. It's fun. It's basketball. It's the playoffs. And if anything, I think it's a sign of respect.
CJ, what's going through your mind there after you missed those free throws and McCollum got the shot?
I make the hard shots and miss the easy ones. I'm going to have to get in the gym and work on my wide open free throws, but credit to JJ for getting back on defense and us doing enough to win, but got to make those.
CJ, you mentioned the admiration of the fans, the respect. Just how much do you feed off of that kind of animosity that you were getting?
I love it. I love it. It's why we play the game. It's fun being in, opposing arenas, and when the buzzer sounds and it's quiet and you walk off the court, I think there's a level of, mutual respect. Like it was a tough game against a good team on their home floor, and they're supposed to be passionate, and I think they do a great job of showing up consistently throughout the year. And I've been to games in the Garden as a fan and watched. I've seen playoff games here, and it's a pleasure to be able to play here, and it's a pleasure to be able to walk off the court with a win.
What does it mean to you to just get to be in an atmosphere like this? And 4 months ago, you'd be home right now.
4 months ago, where was I at 4 months ago? I'm just thankful to be able to play in the playoffs, on a good team in a good situation. Obviously, I got traded from New Orleans. I spent some time in D.C., and I had a great time there. I enjoyed myself, and I'm enjoying myself in Atlanta as well. And I think you take the journey for what it is in stride, and you just hope for the best. And I think when you do things the right way, you get rewarded at the end of the tunnel, and my reward is playing the Knicks in the Garden.
Is this what you envisioned when you joined Atlanta, that getting back on this stage and being a leader like this for this team?
Yeah, it's exactly what we thought it would be like in terms of the role, in terms of being able to contribute towards winning on a good team, being able to help them get to the playoffs. Is kind of what we talked about when I sat down with my agent, when I sat down with my wife and my family. We talked about situations, what it could look like, how we don't want to keep moving around, and we need to find somewhere that we felt we could make home. And I think the situation has worked out really well for everybody, for myself, obviously, for the organization, for the players, and to be able to compete in the playoffs after a long summer of moving twice and just kind of going through the rigors of what the NBA life has to offer. I think this was the light at the end of the tunnel.
Quinn was praising you for being able to balance your leadership and also being aggressive. What were you saying to your teammates throughout this game to not bring them along with you, but help them raise their level as well?
Yeah, it's a long game, and I think, with the experience and just watching so much basketball and playing in so many big moments, don't get caught up in the possessions, don't get caught up in, misses, turnovers, fouls, good or bad. It's a long game. You got to play it to zero, and the way the game is played now is so fast. There's so many threes, there's so many possessions. You always have a chance. So I just told him we just got to stay within, 1-2 possessions, stay a punch away, and then we'll throw the last punch.
CJ, was there a certain point where you were like, oh, we got this?
In the game or just in general? I honestly thought we were going to win game 1. So when we lost game 1, I was like, well, we just got to win game 2. So I think it was just about sticking to the game plan, executing, and being able to compete, for longer periods of time. I think that was the biggest thing. We got down like 15, we got down 16, but we were still competing. We missed some open shots. We got into the lane, made the right plays, didn't get back in transition. So it was the little things that we could tighten up, and I think we tightened up enough to where when we got it under 4 minutes, I was like, it's going to be a one-possession game.
CJ, I know it's only one game, but do you believe the way that this one ended, that you guys overcame that 12-point deficit at three-quarter time, can maybe have a mental impact on into the next game?
You have to ask them.
CJ, you mentioned not getting caught up in the possessions or the shot making, or you guys were 1 for 12 in the second half, but you're still able to kind of bring this one out. What do you feel like worked really well in terms of the playmaking you guys were able to do in the second half?
No, we did a good job of having eyes out. I think that was the biggest thing. I missed 4 wide open threes. I missed a corner 3. I missed a left wing 3. I missed a left slot 3. I missed a one-legged three at the end of the quarter, which is like whatever, but Mo missed the left corner three. JK missed the left corner three. Nikhil missed the trail three, then he made a right corner three. So we had like possessions where guys that we wanted to shoot were shooting. We had a swing to JJ, he pump fake, shot a three at the end of the shot clock. Like those are great possessions where we did what we said we wanted to do going into the game and we just missed. And it's a make or miss league. But when the money's on the line, you do what you're supposed to do.
How would you describe just the intensity of this series kind of as it's gone on? Obviously, there's been a couple of heated moments and just stuff like that.
Just basketball. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. We got a lot on the line. They got a lot on the line. And this is how I feed my family. So it is what it is.
When you have so many young teammates, do you kind of feel like, hey, let the crowd go at me. I can handle it. I've been here before, and maybe it's better me than them.
Exactly.
You talked about not being the villain, but I imagine you're a competitor. So, I mean, what's that feel like to not only get the win, but to best Jalen Brunson at home?
It's not about me and Jalen. It's about us winning. It's not a series until somebody loses on their home floor. They lost. Now we got to go protect our home floor.
Do you
playing in your matchup, did you feel like, from a strategic standpoint, in the last 4 or 5 minutes, you guys had the advantage tonight?
I think we did enough to win. If I make my free throws, we win by 3 instead of 1. But I have to watch the film to kind of get to the bottom of that. But I think it's just about execution. When you execute well down the stretch of games, you usually are going to win. And when you can get stops and stack stops on top of each other, that leads to success, and that's what we did tonight.
You guys made a run late in the fourth quarter in Game 1. Obviously, played great in the fourth quarter here. Do you kind of notice? Are they like taking their foot off the gas a little bit? Do you notice a change in that momentum, or do you guys just play the same way regardless?
I think we just go out there and hoop, man. The moment is what it is. It's a playoff series. You probably picked us to lose in 5 or 6, I would imagine, just like everybody else. So I would say for us, it's just about going out there and hooping.
In terms of the last few
Last
minutes,
one.
it looked like you were maybe intentionally, maybe not looking to get that matchup against Jalen. I know you said it's not about beating him, but did you like what you had in those one-on-one scenarios when you were able to get to the room?
What you think?
I'm sorry, what you said?
What do you?